Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Hong here, welcome back to the channel. So earlier this year, I dropped by the Dainese Singapore showroom for their new showroom relaunch, reopening event, and I was given a free t-shirt voucher. Now, I normally don't go for freebies, especially those where you need to go pick it up a couple of weeks later. But hey, it's a Dainese dry fit t-shirt and yeah, I wanted it. So I went back a couple of weeks ago to pick up the t-shirt. Now, while I was there, I did pick up a new pair of riding boots and another jacket. I think I have way too many riding boots and shoes and jackets and helmets already, but I think that is an addiction any rider will have. So while I was at the showroom, I was thinking about the importance of riding gear, and I thought I'll do a little vlog video to share with you guys some of my personal opinions and why I think at least it is really important to dress for the slide and not the ride. This video unfortunately isn't sponsored by anyone. Like I said earlier, I just wanted to share with you guys what my opinions are. If you guys have any opinions of your own, as always, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. It's 32 degrees Celsius here in Singapore today, and as you can see, the sun is feeling extremely hardcore, which is a good thing, I guess, because we're having the third monsoon surge of the year, and it's just been torrential rain, torrential downpour all afternoon, every single day for the past couple of days. We do get a bit of sunlight and in the morning, so let's take this opportunity to swing a leg over the bike, go for a short ride. I'm heading back to the office anyways, and for me to talk about my opinions on riding gear. As you can see, I am geared up, padded, hoodie, jacket, helmet, gloves, all that good stuff, and wow, it's hot. Let's go. It is a really hot day today here in Singapore. So I'm gonna take the long route to the office. I like to think of it as the scenic route. Alright, so a little context. I started riding motorcycles legally back in 2016. And I say legally because of my work as a photographer, videographer, half my job at racetracks, and so I've been riding scooters on the trackside service roads for a pretty long time. But yeah, officially and legally riding motorcycles since 2016. And over the years, I've always made it a point to gear up. Now here in Singapore, the law and regulation is that you must wear a helmet, and that is pretty much the only regulation to have, aside from having a valid rider's motorcycle license, of course. Basically, having a helmet, a half-face helmet would suffice, as long as it is approved, PSB approved. That is the Singapore helmet regulation thingy. I don't actually know what PSB stands for, but if you guys know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, you need to wear a PSB approved helmet, and that's pretty much the only regulation there is for riding in Singapore. So aside from having the need to wear a helmet, there are basically no other regulations in regards to what you should be wearing while you're riding. Now obviously the weather here is extremely hardcore. Ooh, nice R25. But yeah, so aside from the helmet, no other regulation. I get it because the weather is so intense and it's kind of hard to enforce the need for proper riding gear, like gloves for example, or riding jacket, armored jacket, armored padded hoodie, whatever you call them, riding trousers, and riding boots or shoes. So I get it, it's not easy to enforce that. But it's something, in my opinion, that we should all invest in and consider wearing every time we go for a ride. I, in fact, wear my gear every single time I go for a ride. And that includes like a 5-minute short distance journey. I would still have my gloves. I would still be wearing at least a good pair of jeans, covered shoes, boots, primarily for safety. So here's a funny story. Back in 2016, when I just got my rider's license, I was riding an Aprilia RS125 sport bike. And being 125cc, obviously it's a beginner's bike, it's not that fast. It looks great in my opinion. I'll put up the photo right now, but it's not that fast. And I was wearing a full mesh armored jacket, riding trousers, riding boots, full face helmet, and of course gloves. So I came to a traffic light and there was 2 riders next to me. I think they were riding a Honda Super 4. And the guy looked at me. One of the guys gave me a thumbs up, and then the other guy was like, bro, you're going out for a race? Why are you all geared up? And I told him, I said, look, you know, I value my life. That kind of shut him up. So I wasn't trying to be cocky or funny. I was just really just letting him know my opinion and how I felt. You know, here in this part of the world, we see a lot of riders in flip-flops, in shorts, in t-shirts, no gloves. And that's fine because the weather is crazy hot. But still, if you were to tumble over, slide, even at slow speeds, it's obviously better to have some form of protection instead of just having your bare skin hit the ground. I mean, just the abrasion alone, it hurts. It really hurts. Now, we've all received text messages or phone calls about friends meeting with incidents, accidents, or worse. And I've obviously received those calls before. And it's not the kind of phone call you want to be receiving, not the kind of text messages you want to read. It's heartbreaking, it's heart-wrenching, and sometimes, most of the time, it isn't even the rider's fault. It is just other road users. Look at that view. Spectacular. But yeah, sometimes it's not even the rider's fault. It's just other road users. And based on some reports I read online, a lot of accidents happen when the rider is not too far away from his or her home or his or her destination. And those are also the times where people feel like, oh, you know, I'm just going down the road to grab a coffee and I'll be back in 5 minutes. And that's when a lot of those incidents happen. So we take a look at this friend here. He's got a jacket, long trousers, but he's wearing a pair of Crocs. So I'm not sure that's going to give a lot of protection in the unfortunate event of him tipping over or getting into an accident. Obviously, I'm not trying to jinx him or myself or anyone, but I really think it's important to be properly wrapped up, properly covered up, even if it's crazy hot. So it doesn't matter if you're commuting from work, getting from point A to point B, going to grab a cup of coffee, or if you're on a long distance adventure touring with your buddies. It doesn't matter. As long as we are on a motorcycle, we want to get to point A safe, we want to get to our destination safe, we want to get home safe, and of course we want to enjoy the ride, enjoy the process. Which is why I think it's so important to at least have some form of protection. It's like having sex. If you're enjoying a moment with your spouse, with your partner, and you want to reduce any form of ramifications or consequences, then it's always good to use protection. Does it feel as good? No. Is it less comfortable and less pleasurable? Yes. Is it slightly safer? Yes. Well, I'm going to end the video here. I hope I wasn't rambling on too much about the same issue. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Just really want everyone to be safe on the roads. The riding community seems to be shrinking around the world because lesser and lesser people are interested in getting onto a motorcycle. And I get it, there are inherent risks and dangers with riding a bike, but there are also a lot of rewarding and enjoyable moments that could only be achieved when you're on a motorcycle, not when you're caged up in a car or an SUV or anything with 4 wheels or more. So that's it for me. Please take care, ride safe. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.